Hello, my name is CJ, and I know that most of you are here to see this guidance counseling book or this 4-year forms book by Well Planned Gal. I'm going to share with you how I use that as a life skill opportunity in our home. I also want to mention some other books that I've used. This life skills activity book by the Thinking Tree. I also post every Tuesday on my Instagram page just little tidbits of life skills that you normally don't hear about. And there's this yellow life skills book for teens that I've mentioned before. My son even gave his thoughts on it, but I have to mention it again here in this video. I will show you a little bit about that later. Let's dive into the forms, the form book that I'm calling the guidance counseling book. We're all here for that. Let's begin. Thank you to Abby from Rooted in Rest and Jessica from the Waldlock Way for hosting this show and tell collaboration, teaching life skills in your homeschool. Just to give you an idea of how I executed this, I read this portion with them together. We each took a paragraph. I remember that we each took a paragraph, and then we did the same thing on this page. The following week, we went through this portion, and then the following week, and this is during our morning time together, our family subject time together. For this particular page or pages, I had them read it on their own, about 3 to 4 minutes, doesn't take that long, and then we just briefly discussed it, and it really opened up their eyes to see that there were so many other things that they could choose for electives, so many different options. Then after that, I had them read this on their own the following week. So week by week, they had a section that they had to read after we initially did the first few pages together. Over here, it has the 4-year plan. And what I did here was, depending on the stage of where the children are or were, and in this case, last week's assignment was for them to read their portion. So my 8th grader read her upcoming year's portion, which would be the freshman year. So this page, there's nothing here. These boxes, this box, and oh, here's another one. These 2 boxes, this box. So all of the boxes, and then she would stop. And let me go back and show you what these freshman boxes say. So we have this full page, and then some of you might be saying, well, don't they know some of these things already? Don't you go through it with them on their middle school and high school journey? Yes, but there are some things that fall through the cracks. And I'm just very thankful for this. I'm not using it 100% as it should be used. So for example, it's up to the kids. I'm leaving it up to the kids if they want to write down their high school journey and that sort of thing. I have my own way of tracking memories for them and so forth and so on, and I'm not logging attendance, and I have a different place for literature books and for subject grades and things like that, but I am strongly using it for these little tidbits of knowledge splattered throughout this forms book, and especially things like this. And as it gets further, let's see, let's go to my junior year. There's just even more pertinent information. So you can use this as you wish. I had so many people ask, well, how are you using those forms? Where did you get them? And wow, that's a cool idea. That makes sense. I am using them to make sure that as many different topics and ideas and things in the high school journey don't fall between the cracks and get lost. And so it's a guide. It is a guide for me. I use something different here to write out my curriculum plan. And like I said, I'm not using it 100% as it should be used. It is well laid out. There are so many different tools here that can be used by your homeschooling family, but I'm using it in this way, more of a guide. And turn to the page, read this, let's discuss it, move to the next, that sort of idea. The summaries and the credits and the subjects and the notes, I'm not doing that portion of it, but it is there for you and it is affordable, and so you can use it as you wish. In the back, there's this college portfolio section, and it ties into the freshman box that we read right here, the freshman box. So that's neat. And this is after the senior year, by the way. And it says college portfolio, and then it has some other spaces there for you to write down everything that's happening. We have a high school transcript sample in the back where you can fill in what you need, college considerations, financial information, and these are just blank pages for you to utilize and, use to your discretion, use them as you please. This book has over 8,000 reviews on Amazon. It has little snippets of this or that in the book so that it can cement maybe some of the ideas that you have already spoken to your teens about, or if you're looking for a fresh start and you haven't thought about life skills for teens, I feel that this is also a good place to start for your tweens as well. If you enjoyed this video, take a look at this one, this video, or the next one, which is answering your Q&A questions. I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions below. We'll see you in the next video.